Hey y'all, out here at Griffey's Hot Rods and Restorations, and I've been doing a series on a 47 Town and Country Chrysler, and they're getting ready to mate the body back to the chassis, and it's in a position I think it's going to be cool to do an update on it. So let me run Larry down and we'll take a look at it. Larry, how are you, brother?
Doing great, Scotty. How you doing?
Oh, outstanding. This thing looks like it's really coming along.
Well, it has come a long ways from the first video that you did on
All right.
it when it was being disassembled and so forth. But got the wood done on it. Jeff's got the wood slicked up on it. We made all the repairs on the wood. It's all got its final clear coats on all of this wood.
And it's like a stripe. You can't feel the joints.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful.
It's all built up, and we've sandblasted all the bottom and made all the repairs that needed to be made. It was pretty solid, really. The floor was pretty nice. Had to make some repairs back here, do some things in the back here, but we've got all of that done. And if you notice, went back and put all the original, these are the body numbering markings that was on it, re-stamped all of those
Right.
over there.
Because this is going back to exactly like
this
original.
is going back for Concord restoration. That's
Right.
correct. So
Where do you think the first time it'll be shown is? Because you're getting pretty close now, right?
Possibly, depending on how we can schedule with Steve. We've got it registered for the Hilton Head Concord November the 1st.
Oh, really?
Hilton Head. Now, whether we can, you know, like I told the guy yesterday that owns it, Don Points that owns the car, and I told Don, I said, you know, it just depends on how everything comes together over the next 5 or 6 weeks. If Steve can do it in his realm, and we can get it to him in about 6 weeks or so, 6, 7 weeks, then we
Right.
might be able to make that.
Right.
If not, we won't. But this is all, as I say, this is all white ash, as I think we talked about before. And as you can see, we went inside here.
Now those, unlike the body, it's got a bunch of bracing that'll come out. These braces are staying in
No, these
there.
braces stay in. This is
Right.
an added thing that we did on this car in order. We've done it on some other wooden cars, but go in here and put steel brackets in the corner and then put these braces, and these braces actually have a bolt in them, and they're, in essence, they're jack plates.
Right.
So over time, when these cars sit, these doors are so heavy, particularly these, because they have windows in them. They have roll-up windows.
Glass?
Glass and everything.
Oh, wow.
So all of a sudden you got those regulators. The weight of this wood, it's hard to hinge it up there and this door not try to sag.
Right.
So we put this in here to hold it. Should it start to try, we can take the upholstery panel off and jack that door just a little bit to make sure the doors don't sag. So that's something we...
That's a little bonus that Griffey gives you.
Yeah, we went in there to try to come up with a way to do that that keeps it from sagging. So.
Now this being a concourse car, it's not unlike a street rod. You don't get everything smooth on it.
No, you don't go, in other words, body sits on top of all of this. All the side rails we smoothed up fairly well, and the bottom of the frame rail, what you're going to see. On the top of this, the body covers all of this. But yeah, we sandblast, we slick it up, but not to the extent that you're doing an ISCA car.
Right.
Okay? Where you're going to have it on mirrors and all that. But
Now, can you get one of these too nice? Whereas maybe a Chevrolet, you said that it's possible to do
Yes,
that. But I see these guys are shipping champagne, and seems like, you know.
Right. Well, it is, but you know, the chassis are generally that's well enough. In other words, the thing they're looking at is like the bolts being the right finishes on them. They're looking for the right finishes, the washers, the spacers, the right fittings on the brass. They're looking more at that.
Location.
When this is all together,
right.
basically everything that you can see will be smooth enough.
I got you.
All right, all these pans up here, all of this stuff that you're going to be able to see. This car will never be displayed at a concourse show with mirrors under it. They don't allow you to do that.
Oh, okay.
So
All right.
we have slicked up the motor and smoothed up the motor, and that is the correct coloring and everything on this motor.
That looks like a big old heavy motor. That's straight 8.
It's a straight 8 cast iron block. It has all been gone through and rebuilt, and rings and everything. It come back from North Carolina and was done over there. So we've got it assembled and going in there. Like I say, we went ahead and painted on this car. What we're doing on this one's a little different because of all the wood and the stuff in it. As you see, we've still got a steel structure in here.
Right.
All right. This is staying in here till and we're at that point now. That's why we're shooting this video. Once we get through with this video, we will take the bottom of the floor, and I'll show that to you in a minute. It's all painted, finished under there. We'll tape it all off, mask it. We will wrap the frame rails
With what?
with paper,
Okay.
and then we'll set the body on it, tape that all off, because what we're going to do is put the body on here, bolt it down, take the steel structure out of it. That's why none of this back here is painted and finished.
I gotcha. I understand.
Okay, we painted this up here, the black, coated it and everything up here. We will paint this back in here once we get the steel out of it, but we are going to, once we set the body on the frame, then we are going to go back and we have roughed in all the cowl, body work. We want to put the doors on it, line the doors up to their final fit, and then fit the front fenders back on it and the hood back on it and do any finish fitting we need to on the hood. Then when that's done, we'll pull the front sheet metal off and we will finish this cowl. We'll paint this cowl with the body sitting on the frame, which is unusual from the way we normally do this. But because of the woody and because of the convertible,
Right.
we wanted to have everything where it was. It's real important on these cars that the hood fit good, and it don't take much to make this hood not fit well. So
Right. And you want to get all this out and get it finished so you can't tell that's
and
there.
then we'll come in here and take the steel band that this is attached to out of here, and we'll clean this steel band and sandblast it, paint it, replace the top material right here where Steve will be nailing his top down to and stapling to.
Right.
We'll put that in there new. And finish painting all of this in here. But I'll show you here.
Let me, yeah, we're going to turn it upside down. Give me just a second. We'll be right back. So that, that's finished. Or do you come through and sand and buff that too?
No, that won't be sanded and buffed. That's finished as it is, shiny, just like these wheel wells.
Man, this is just going to be a cool car.
And, you know, we painted that all slick, and, you know, it's, again, if you were doing an ISCA car.
Yeah, well, you'd have a flat floor in it.
But it would have a flat floor.
Right, yeah.
Sanding and buffing this is a little bit.
That's a little different, isn't it?
It's a little different animal. But,
no, it's turning out nice. I can't wait.
This is the sumac red. This is the correct color for this. We were able to match that up to the original color and the original specifications to put that on it. And there was 2 different reds on these cars, but this one did come. We got the build sheet on it from Chrysler. You can go to their library that has all their information whenever you get the build card, what this car came with, what color was on it, what interior was in it, and everything. So
Right.
when it came here, it had the plaid interior in it that had been put in it over the years, some 30, 40 years ago, I don't know, but it actually gets burgundy leather and Bedford cord gray is what this car was built with.
That's going to look cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll look real good.
Yeah.
And so that's what it's going back with. Yeah.
Sweet.
And satin is correct on the chassis as opposed to putting shiny on them. That's why it's done in a satin finish.
Yeah, it's a different type of build that you're doing on this. This is a restoration.
Right.
This isn't a build. This as much as it's a restoration.
No,
and you want to take it back as close to original as possible because that's what you're trying to achieve.
And these are roller wheels that we have on it. This actually is one of the tires that goes on the vehicle. So it's got a 5-inch white wall. And that's the actual wheel and tire that goes on it. And then it has almost a full, it has a beauty ring that goes right down to here, and then it has a center hubcap that goes on it, which it almost turns into a full chrome wheel. Just a very little bit of burgundy showing on it. But we opted to go with the wider white walls. The customer liked that, and that's acceptable on it, so we went with the full 5-inch white wall.
I bet it's nerve-wracking to put that chrome on that wheel after it's painted, isn't it? You got one shot at it.
Yeah.
And you hope it doesn't chip behind the little...
Yeah, you want to make sure you get it on there where it don't cover,
Right,
you know, where it's
right,
covered. So.
Right.
Anyway.
Well, Larry, you've done a beautiful job. I can't wait. I can't believe it'll be done in November.
Well, it may not.
No, and I'm not. Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised we're that close. Yeah.
That we can make that. We're about 12 weeks away from that show, and I figure if we can, we've got the wiring harness being built for it now. We're replacing the entire wiring harness being done by a company up in Massachusetts, and it should be in here in about another week. So once we get the body down on it, and we'll be doing the bodying and fixing that hood and paint the front sheet metal on it. And the panels, by the way, I want to bring this up. There's panels that go inside all of this.
Right.
That are metal.
Are they
And
done?
they are out in New Mexico having mahogany veneer put on them.
Oh, they're wood. They're not painted.
Well, they're originally, you could get, 47 was a changeover year. Up to mid 47, they came with veneer on them. In other words, they were a metal panel, and then they glued a very, 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 very thin piece of mahogany on it. In mid 47, right in there for about 2 months, they switched over and went to a product called Dynoc that was like a vinyl, like a grained wood vinyl that went over the metal. This car's date of production and everything allowed us to really, we could do it either way. We chose to go ahead and have the veneer done, so it is out in New Mexico. There's a wood specialist out there that does a lot of these cars, and he has all the panels, and hopefully they'll be back to us in about 2 more weeks. And then they go in here, so what you have is you have this white ash around here that's slicked, and then this mahogany veneer is more of a reddish tone, and it has a kind of a stripy effect to it. Of course, all wood's different, so every one can come out different, but we hopefully it's going to have a nice pattern to it. So these end up being a reddish color, and then you have a reddish metal on it, so it'll make a nice.
No, it's going to be a cool car.
We got all the chromes done for it, all the bumpers, all the steels back for it, all the pop metal, all the interior pieces. All of that's been plated. As you come in here, I can show you some of those pieces that are in here for it. Right here, one of the boxes got some pieces in it. All of these pieces you see wrapped up on these shelves.
All this is parts to it?
Is chrome pieces. This car has an absolute expansive amount of chrome on it. As an example, that is the dash.
Yeah, that's nice.
That goes in it. That's
Who
all
did the chroming?
Most of it was done at Advanced Plating. Some of it was done at R&D Plating. So they've both been involved. Advanced did most of the exterior. Also, Knoxville Custom Chrome in Knoxville was involved. They did the chrome steel parts. And then we had an awful lot of the chrome stuff done at Advanced Plating. All the grill, that's all pop metal, and they did that at Advanced Plating. The whole front of this car is chrome. And it's about 6 feet wide from the headlight to the other headlight, and about 2.5 foot thick is a grill, and it's in about 8 or 10 different pieces.
Wow.
And it was all pop metal. We had all that done, and it's wrapped up. So we've got all of that done. If you see this, you see 47 chrome wrote on the boxes and 47 chrome. This is the bumpers that go on it, sitting over here. We're not even going to wrap those since they come back to it later.
Yeah, we'll wait till you get them on.
Bumpers and all.
They'll look better when they're on.
And all of that stuff. So we've got all of that going together for it. So.
Well, it looks like it's coming along beautifully, Larry.
Well, we're making headway with it. Hopefully things will come together pretty good the next 4 or 5 weeks. Steve will be able to work us into it, get it done, and if that works out, we'll go to Hilton Head, and if it doesn't, we won't worry about it.
When would be the first show of next year?
Let's see, possibly Amelia Island Concours at Amelia Island, Florida.
Cool.
That's in March, so if we don't make Hilton Head, and there's a possibility we might be able to put it in up. We've got another car that we're doing that's done, 57 Chevrolet fuel injected convertible that you shot for Dwayne Lake.
Right.
It's going to the Louisville Concours in October in Louisville, Kentucky. Well, it's actually being held in West Baden up in Indiana, but it is the Louisville Concours, but they're holding it this year at that restored hotel West Baden. So that one's going. So there's a possibility this one might go to that if we don't go to, we don't have it ready for Hilton Head.
Well, call me when you get it done. It's ready to go to the show. We'll come out and do a finished up video on it.
Sounds great.
Larry, thanks so much for letting me come out.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure.
Folks, there you go. There's a 47 Chrysler Town & Country from Griffey's Hot Rods and Restorations. Hope you enjoyed it. See you.